Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I got good brain. Little inside joke. What up, Stefan?
What's up, Stefan?
Had a good show tonight. I always like chiming in and making them laugh. Talking about James Bernard eating Elmer's glue. It was fun.
Hey, Corey's on.
Hey there. Look at that. He's probably just staring at Thomas.
Sitting right in front of him.
You better say what you need to say, boy.
What's up, Nick?
What up?
Oh goodness. Well, yeah, we got a good show. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Quiet sounding on here.
I don't either. Quick thing. Everybody, thoughts and prayers for everybody in Florida at the moment. They're getting some pretty bad weather down there. Talked to Kevin Bird and a couple other people, and getting a little wild.
Yep.
Still keep those in North Carolina and East Tennessee in your prayers as well. Like, it's been rough.
Been a rough few weeks. Yep. What's up, Cliff? Yeah, Hurricane Helene damaged a lot, and even Florida got flooded, especially Kevin down there. It had a lot of flooding in Tampa, and then last week, no hurricane, but had flooding. Had a lot of rain down there, and then now this coming in, and that ice hitting right at Tampa, just barely south of Tampa. And but still making that storm surge that it's dangerous. A lot of tornadoes have been happening all day today. Even our friend JD that works with Derek Kessler.
Demon.
Yeah, Demon down there. He one probably within a mile, 2 miles of his house.
Yeah, the video. It was crazy.
Video. So thankful that they're okay and that it didn't hit their house, but a lot of damage. This hurricane is pure death is what it is. And so we know Kevin lost power earlier. They're okay. They're not at their house in Tampa. They're at a house, their property is kind of inland. So but just keep, like Andy said, keep them all of our friends in Florida in your thoughts and prayers, because it's not just that Gulf side, it's that Atlantic side that's going to get hit too. Jacksonville's going to get a lot of rain and stuff out of it too. So anyway, off of that subject, let's
throw it out there though.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You took the words right out of my mouth. So anyway, we got a good young little guy on the show here tonight. Young fella here who is actually the new reigning beginner competition champion. That they just had at PDR Expo. I think. What's up, Matt? He's the new reigning champion, but I think he was the only one that was in the competition. I don't really know, but anyway,
according to the judges, it sounded like he should have been.
Yeah, pretty much. He did a phenomenal job from everything that we heard. And I know Corey is proud of him, and because he trained him, Corey Nichols.
He's raising him right down there in Arkansas.
Yeah, but we wanted to get him on our show to talk with him without Corey, because Corey just doesn't let him talk much.
Corey's a camera whore.
So let's go ahead and get him on here. What's up, Thomas?
What's up, guys? You got me just this time, but Corey is right over there. So there's
I know. You down.
Sorry, Corey.
Meanders on over here.
Hey, turn your phone sideways. Turn your phone sideways.
You want it sideways?
Yeah.
Is it going to work
Let's
sideways?
fill up the screen.
Boom.
There we go.
Look at that.
Is it going to work?
There. Hi.
Look at
Hi
that.
there. Hi.
Yeah, you like it?
Knock out. Can you see any boogers? I got booger in?
Now I know Corey has like some tripod or something. Like he could have got this sucker.
He could have set me up.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You know how that goes. No.
Cliff said, "Congratulations."
Yeah.
Thomas.
So seriously, congratulations, because we know you've been working hard with Corey, and Corey's been training you and stuff like that, and we've seen your progression and stuff just through videos and photos and stuff like that. No, you're doing a great job, and that's people don't think that's the beginner competition is great. I'm not taking anything away from it. People may think it's easy. It's not easy.
No,
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not easy. It may be a little. There he is. What's up, Kevin? We are just talking about you, brother. No, it's not easy, and yeah,
Anything with a time limit on that's not going to be easy. Like you're sitting there constantly with that clock in your head, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like you had a good plan going in on fixing it and stuff. And
Yeah, I kind of,
great.
after laying eyes on it, it's just kind of pick a game plan and get in there and crank it. So
yeah.
Did
you have to when you were there pushing? Did Corey like line up outside of the arena and like everywhere he moved, you had to like follow him? Or
yeah, it was kind of he was actually the best thing to do with him is make sure he's behind you. You can't see him. So it was that's the best message.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the headphones in sound cancellation, and I'd hear a little faint.
You're like Kamala Harris. You had him in your ear the whole time.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes, that's what
Cat's
it was.
out of the bag.
Push a little to the left there. Okay, all right.
So actually, I do love that he called me after Vegas or whatever. It was like proud dad moment. He's like, Thomas won. Like you could tell he was genuinely excited. So that's really cool.
It was at one point because it was so stretched. It keep come up, it'd be a little high. You knock it down, it just kept on getting a pit to it. And I was using the lead tip, and I was like, "Hey, dude!" I turned around, and I was like, "I'm about to just crank on this thing." And he said, I just turned around and just started cranking it, and it was mounded up. And he was like, "You're done." He's like, "You best." And then the knockdown was clean, and I was like, "Oh, that was a close one." But yeah, he thought we were cooked there for a second. So.
Yeah, came back. That's all that matters.
No,
he said I was getting picked on today. It's easy to pick on you when you're not on camera to defend yourself.
And he probably didn't hear me because I was talking to you earlier about I'm going to visit y'all Friday morning, and between you and Greg Van Winkle, we'll visit both of y'all. But whoever opens the first, that's who I'm visiting first. So, y'all don't get there till like 12 p.m. So
yeah, we're on the bank hour schedule.
Yeah.
Lunchtime. Y'all open at lunch.
Yeah, we're open from 1 to 3 by appointment only.
That's funny. No, I can't wait to see y'all Friday morning and finally come to Conway, Arkansas to see my dudes.
See y'all in a month. We just seen each other not too long ago for John's birthday. We can do it again.
Keep in mind, I don't know if people keep forgetting this. I know John Yeager is pretty much the most important guy in our lives. But we have the same birthday, so it wasn't just his birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was
yours
too,
wasn't it? Yeah,
I forgot.
You were born too.
You and everybody else forgot.
Oh no, but it's proud of y'all for that. But let's get into how you got started in the PDR. Like, what'd you do before you heard about this wonderful industry, and how'd you meet Corey?
Okay. I was in college. I do have a degree, believe it or not. I'm not utilizing that here, but I do have one. I was in college and ended up buying a Mustang that had some dents in it, and reached out to both Greg and Corey get it a little sooner. And I was like, cool, don't know what this thing is, but dropped it off, and he did a great job, did some touch up and stuff on it, and I was kind of impressed. And so we kind of formed a little bit of relationship from that. And then I owned a detail business through college, just kind of small scale, high end. I had a couple clients that had like 20, 30 cars each. So I just kind of keep their stuff on repeat. And he would come to my shop on his slow days and watch me. And he's like, you're kind of doing your thing, huh? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you got an eye for it. And I was like, well, thanks. And he tried to hire me then. I was like, nah, I'm not interested. Thanks. And kind of just doing my thing, still in school, don't really want to commit to anything. And then it hailed, and then I didn't hear from him because he went off the radar. And then towards the end of it, he was like, hey, I still think you would be good at this. Are you interested? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And then because of the hail, my dad's a contractor, and I went and did some stuff for him, did some roofing management stuff, made a good amount of money. And then, just being a car guy, it was kind of like getting in my head. I was like, it's kind of interesting. Yeah. So I started watching some content, just little bits and pieces. And I was like, I think I can figure that out. I have this unwavering belief in myself that if I try hard enough, eventually it'll happen. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So came in, doing a little wholesale stuff. And it's been like drinking through a fire hydrant ever since then. It is the hardest. It is the hardest thing that I've ever. I can't explain it to people either. people, you know what I mean? I'm sure y'all know how it is. You try to explain to somebody and they don't get it. But yeah, I've had a passion for cars all my life, and I enjoyed doing things exceptionally well if I can. And so I think that, no, it's cool. But when we first started, Corey was, he thought I'd been working on cars doing detail stuff. So he hired me in, and he's like, all right, man, we got some stuff. He's like, let's drop this headliner on this Civic. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to be outside working on some stuff. You let me know when it's done. It's like 4.5 hours later. I'm like, I got this thing down. I dropped both B pillars.
All of it.
Dude, the back side of the mirror is just completely chewed for me trying to put a pick in there and get it out. And he came in, he's like, what is going on? And he's like, I thought you worked on cars. And I was like, no, I worked on cars. This is in cars. Like, this is I'm buffing paint and using a brush on cup holders, dude. This is not the same. This is not the same thing at all. So yeah, then we got Hale again, and I was the R&I guy, so I got to work alongside John and Brendan, and they both taught me a lot about, getting headliners out and stuff like that. So I would do that, and then kind of pick up some dent stuff on the side, here and there, little onesie twosies, and even then I was 8 months into this and couldn't fix a dent really, just because I've been doing R&I exclusively.
What was he trying? Was he trying to train you at that time too on the side, or
what? It was
probably a little hectic.
Y'all know how it is when you get a big enough storm. It seems like everything goes out the window, and you're just trying to keep your head above water and keep jobs scheduled. So it was more so like we would schedule a bunch of work. I was R&I guy, and if I got caught up on R&I, thank God for the guys I work with. When you're working with good techs and everything doesn't have to come all the way apart because they're so good at their job, that helps a lot. So I'll get get little breaks, get caught up, and then get to push a little bit on stuff.
So just real quick, Kevin's saying they have no power. They're playing hurricane poker with beer and Rice Krispie treats as chips. And Sheldon's asking him if he's naked.
Asking for a friend. Sheldon said huge congratulations too, by the way, on your
thank you. I can't see because I had to turn my phone sideways. I can't see anything coming up the bottom. So
we'll read it for you. We'll read it for you.
Yeah, you don't want to see half of them that are posted.
No, it's probably not. But
yeah, that would be really cool. Like starting off, and Corey, you got Corey, then you get Brendan and John both in there too.
Yeah,
very patient people and very knowledgeable.
Yeah, and Jeff as well, and even a little bit here and there from old Joel Mathis.
Joel.
Yeah, but it was really cool. I think that's Corey's a fantastic technician. And I'm realizing that more and more now, the more that we work together. I'm like, I hate saying that, especially with him in the room. But it is what it is. He does a good job, and he cares to do things really well. And so I've just been very fortunate to get to cross paths with some of like the best dudes in the industry really early on. And I'm really grateful for that, because I don't take it lightly. And I also think that, me winning the competition, I don't know if it's just a Corey thing, but I imagine everybody had a little piece of teaching me something and taking the time also.
Well, get ready, because Friday morning, pick a dent, whatever you're working on. I'll sit back and tell you what you're doing wrong.
Oh, hey, you'll see every bit of it. I will too.
Well, it's nice that you sucked it all in as a sponge too. Like you was able to take that knowledge and run with it. Some people wouldn't be able to do that, so it speaks volumes of you as well.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is just like exposure to things over and over again. And this is like, because you can throw it at me as many times as you want, but until it clicks, it's not going to click. And so I just got, I got so much exposure, and then getting to work on hoods and stuff. I mean, I just got a bunch of reps. I've got a bunch of reps. And so that's been, I'm really fortunate for that, because a lot of guys that come in, I guess, probably don't get as many reps doing hail stuff.
So Corey said, ask you about all that Southern hail you did.
Yeah. So we got a contract with a body shop that the local police department was bringing cars in for hail damage. Some of them legitimately had hail, and then some of them had people being thrown into the quarters, which Jeff McMahon dubbed as Southern hail. So we were getting.
Bud, that's a Southern hail, bud.
Yeah, bud. So it was once again, it was early on. I was getting a lot of exposure to a lot of different dents. But those sucked because they were all, the doors are white and the fenders and quarters are black, and so I didn't have much for the fenders and quarters at the beginning. It was you see like a big old handcuff crease down the side of the fender. I'm like, I can't do anything with that, dude. But yeah, I just got really, I've got really fortunate that I haven't had to do. I mean, we've probably done wholesale a month total of my year and 10 months of being here now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, like I was talking off camera with you guys earlier, I don't know how well it transitions from doing hail to real dents or, or back and forth. But
I think you're lucky because you weren't just trained and then you had to go out and try to get wholesale accounts, and then you get used to drilling holes everywhere and not doing pristine, complete repairs. And so you kind of get used to that. And then you try to transition into doing high quality retail. You've been stuck in that retail. So, even if you go to do the wholesale stuff, you're going to be like, no, I want to take this part. I want to finish this dent out. It's been hard since I've strictly been retail for a while to even when I get a wholesale in, I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, because the money's not there. And so when the money's not there, then I'm thinking like,
real quick, Sheldon said, can't wait to see you compete at MTE. So cool. John, he donated all the stuff for you. We'll touch on that in a minute, but he's saying email him about that to set it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's
awesome though.
That I'm a little. I think I'm gonna wear a shirt that says "I've been pushing for 700 days. Leave me alone," because they're gonna be guys are gonna be watching me fix that and be like, How is this dude competing here right now?" And
No, you just need to wear the Encore. I love it when they call me Dent Papa shirt. Just
we can.
Or we can do one that's like P Diddy related.
So
where's the lube?
Backstory about that. John won the main competition and decided to kind of pay it forward or pay it back.
Yeah,
you want to explain that?
Yeah. So when they called me for first, and they called the winner of the big boy competition. That's what I've been referring to it as. So they called him up, and he was like, "Hey, guys, see the microphone?" And he was like, "This industry's done a lot for me, and I'd like to, pay it back to the industry." And he's like, "I'd like to give my earnings to the winner of the beginner competition." So awesome. I was like, "Oh, fantastic!" So part of that includes my flights paid for to MTE, which for him that didn't really matter because it's domestic flight only, so that kind of canceled out. But that, and then the stay, and then my entrance into the competition, which I didn't realize at the time that I was automatically entered into the big boy competition. So I was like, "This is great!" And everybody's like, "Yeah, you ready for the next competition?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Oh no, you're in his spot." And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, that's awesome."
And you gotta win it because you're in his spot. So
yeah, right. We talked about figuring out if I need to shave my head live for the thing so I can be
absolutely
dodging.
Wear some sweatpants and t-shirt. You'll be good to go.
Just shave my head and just kill it.
Yeah. I didn't know he did that, so I'm going to have to reach out to him. And
that's really cool, John.
How awesome that was.
I always thought about him and Bryce being, top of that tier of technicians and just being humble like that. It's awesome to have people like that where they're at in this industry.
Did you know Jean started out as Igor's R&I guy?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Then he surpassed Igor. He's like,
Igor's awesome, but I mean, John is phenomenal, and we've got so many great people in the industry that it's awesome. Hey, Josh, I'm glad you still have power, brother, and glad you're staying safe, man.
Yeah,
Josh is down there in Florida.
Yeah, you got James Ricci's watching. He's down that way.
Yep. A lot of guys.
Scary shit.
We got a lot of ticks in Florida, man. Good grief.
So how nervous you think you're going to be at MTE?
Great question. I don't really know, man. I'm going to try. Realistically, I think I'm just going to show up and do the very best I can. I don't really. Hopefully my self-worth is not attached to the outcome of how my big old nasty stretched door dent that I have to fix on the car is. But
it's a door dent. It's not a hood dent, so you gotta prepare for that.
Practice.
If we get a little slow period, I'm gonna let Corey take one of the hammers and just put a big old dent in my Raptor door, and I'm just gonna sit there and do it.
No, get a used door somewhere.
Dude. Nah, dude. No, then I won't want to. Now I want to finish it out as good.
No,
Well, I have
steel door though. Like it's gonna be steel.
Well, my Raptor's steel. It's a first generation. So.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that I'm
Got
gonna.
one of the real ones, not like John Yeager with the fake EcoBoost bullshit.
Just queefing all around. That's what it
I thought I wanted it right because John showed up in his. I was like, "What's that sound?" Oh, I don't want one of those.
What is that?
That one got a 5.0. I was like,
why is it coming from the front?
Jesus Christ!
Oh God!
Going back to what we were talking about, though, as far as you saying, I've been able to do the retail side of things entirely, so the repair process is better. I think that's part of the thing that, like, part of the reason Corey wanted to hire me is because I have that desire to do things that way anyway. So I think that you're 100% right. I'm fortunate to not have to. We've seen some crazy stuff come through here. We had a 22-ish Yukon the other day come in, had like 9 holes in the door and just wasn't fixed well. And I'm like, just take it apart. And so that's been it. Just knowing that there's a proper way to do things has been great. It sucks. If I turn the camera around, I got 2 doors right now. I haven't gutted doors in months, and it kicked my butt gutting them again. But it's just the right way to do stuff. And I think I have a desire to do it the right way. I'm not really trying to cut corners. So
yeah, I know that. And I broke a Yukon glass yesterday, freaking not taking the glass out of it. Didn't catch the top of it. Had the top secured, the bottom of it, and I had the little pit in the bottom of the door and pushed. It sounded like I was pushing those sounds under that crack. I was like, "Are you serious?" My second window ever.
That's why when it gets down a certain area, down that door, I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm taking it off." It's so much.
My glass guy's on vacation.
It's so much faster now. Just take them off, even if it's something you could get through the wiring loom especially on the front door. You ain't got to gut anything. Just take it off and put it on the stand. And I mean, having 2 guys is great when you by yourself. It sucks, but
all I had was JJ, and there was no way I was letting JJ help me take a door off. Paint the bathroom. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Right after the meetup, Corey's going on a little couple-week trip, and we have a hail job that he scheduled. I got to fix by myself, and I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, how the hell am I going to get this hood? I've not taken any hoods off, but if John Yeager can
what kind of vehicle?
Aluminum, I don't know yet. I'm sure he knows, but I'm just going to get here and figure it out. But if John Yeager can get an aluminum F-250 hood off by himself at 5'3", surely I can get a hood off. So.
Dude, I have to take them off by myself all the time, and it's just you get used to it. I mean,
as long as you got towels down there at the edges of it, like have something block it from the the fenders and whatnot.
The biggest ones that are pain in the ass are the ones that are jacked up.
God, I hate them.
And like that
That's
with
all
John,
we get.
I mean, you put something in front of it, you stand on to be able to get up there. But hey, there's a guy, and he just posted about it. I don't know, several weeks back, maybe a month. He developed these tools that hook to allow you to take it off and put it on by yourself. I can't wait till that comes out because it definite game changer.
Right.
For people taking it off and on by themselves. It's pretty awesome. It bolts straight in and replaces the hinge, but keeps the hood up and stuff. And then when you put it back on there, then it keeps it at the right angle and everything. You take one side off, put the hinges back. It's pretty sick.
I'm like Matt. Yeah, putting it back on is the pain in the ass. When
yeah.
What Corey said. Almost broke my back taking it. Oh yeah, good God.
Yeah.
We'll see. I haven't had to worry about it yet. I think I'm a little spoiled, and I kind of know it, but at the same time, I'm not sure. I'm going to have a lot of learning to do when I get out there on my own one of these days. So
yeah,
we'll postpone it as long as possible, I guess.
Yeah, lift gates I will not do by myself.
No, absolutely.
I ain't about that life.
No. I've been trying to come up with like in my head of something to be able to take the hoods and the lift gates off.
Oh, Corey caught that. I didn't think on your own.
Yeah. If you see what Tad eats for breakfast every morning, then
Jeff asked how your MMA training's going, Jeff. Man.
Hey, I'll be right back. Y'all keep talking.
All right.
So Jeff asked that because I hadn't met him, And Corey's like, hey, this guy named Jeff's coming into the shop for a couple weeks. He's gonna help us knock some stuff out. And I was like, cool. And Corey knows I'm into mixed martial arts. I've done some of it, white belt all the way, not good at it, but I'm interested in it. And he's good at gents. He's, into MMA. He's like, you guys are going to go on great. And I'm like, oh, sick. And I was like, does he roll? And he's like, oh, yeah, dude, he's into it. I'm like, okay, cool. And so I'm like super excited. And one of the first things I'm like, do I need to like set up a little spot for us to roll in the shop? And Corey's like, you could. And then we get there and I ask him about it. And he's like, no, bud, I don't do any MMA. And I'm like,
what are you talking about, bud?
Yeah, but I've been excited for 2 weeks to maybe learn something.
What an asshole. Corey.
Completely got me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Jeff and I are probably pretty equivalent in our MMA skills. But
especially when he comes in with a shaved head, you're like, oh, it's on. This thing's
dude.
It's about to go down.
when I was, here's the reason I quit doing it. The last time I rolled was with a big old tall bald guy, and he had me pinned down, and sweat's just coming off his forehead into my face, in my mouth. And I was like, I'm done. This isn't. You know what? If I get my ass beat somewhere, so be it. But I'm not. This is.
Why did you have your mouth open? You sure that was MMA training? I'm starting to question your trainer, bud.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was MMA. I don't know.
Jeff shows up scrawny as hell. Yeah, they call it the bod. Yeah, we do the bod all the time.
Yeah, but.
What's up, Jesse?
Dude.
I'm not even going to ask what I missed.
Oh, it's good. Next time I roll around with some dude sweat dropping in his mouth. Shit.
Oh, God.
As soon as the mediator's gone, it just goes out the window real quick.
It really does.
Andy can't be left alone.
Oh, it's bad. If I'm left alone, it's always a bad idea. Cliff said it can stink rolling with some of them boys. Yeah, I don't want no part of it. I'm good.
No, I've had my fun. I think it's over for me too. I'm fully invested in learning PDR at this point. I don't have the mental or physical energy for anything else.
Yeah, I bet. It's exhausting.
Does it still happen to y'all? Like this fender dent that I've done today, it just like mentally defeats me. I just have these days where it's like everything I'm doing is not going right, but it just wears me out.
Been there. We wasn't gym wise today, but I've been there.
So it's one of the things that you have to just walk away.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And when I get to that point, it's something big like that, and there's something driving me crazy. Like I've been staring at it all day long, and I feel like I can't figure it out. I close up. I go home. I fix it in my sleep. I come back. Boom! It's done.
Yeah.
Right. My dad taught me that, and I never believed him. Him as a mechanic, he'd have issues like that. He'd go home, fix it in his sleep, and come back next morning. That's exactly what it was. It's like when you're sitting there constantly looking at it, you can't. When you start just getting aggravated with yourself and with that panel or whatever, it drives you crazy. So you just have to step away from it.
Cliff agreed. Step away, and then Jeff said DBAT.
Yep. DBAT, baby.
That's what I mean. Ray will get stuck on like one of these U-Hauls or whatnot. He'll get stuck on a dent. I'm like, dude, just work on the rest of the stuff. Leave that for last and like get it out of your head for a minute. And when he comes back, it's like it clicks. So I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
It's difficult. That's what I did on this one. I just had to give up, and I came and fixed this cab corner. I was like, I'm just gonna take a break.
That's it. If it takes a break, you lose the motivation. Just keep pushing. Yeah, but you fix a freaking smash in like 30 minutes, so it don't even matter. Cad's like insanely fast with smashes. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
And that's right in certain situations. I'm the same way, but when it's something that like there's just one area I can't freaking like it looks clean, but there's something is holding pressure somewhere, and I just have to freaking I just got to go home, go to bed, man, and come back. And, I fixed it in my sleep, come back. That's exactly what it was, And every dent's different. You'll figure that out. Every single one. There ain't a single dent that's the same.
Ray's getting the same hell training you got. Here's all the hoods. Have fun. I'll be back when I get done with everything else.
Yeah.
I think hoods are a good place to start when you're training and stuff. Like it's the hardest part on the vehicle. Never the trunk lid, but
Well, that I think that I got put on them early because Corey's like, "Hey, you got to finish all of these, and it needs to look good because that's what everybody's going to look at." The amount of times I fix something, and a customer walks up, they're like getting level with it. I'm like, "Oh my god, they see it, they see it." And they're like, "I'm like, oh,
Man, that looks good. Can't even see it.
Start rubbing it.
Yeah.
I love when somebody rubs or like that's not going to do anything. Even I will never chew one up bad enough you can feel the son of a bitch after.
I wish I had video of a customer going out and get down there and then start rubbing on it and then incorporate that into like a DJ table. Like
Plus, anybody right work on side panels because he hated them. Yeah, he still does. But we've had a bunch of hail, so I'm like, here's the hood. Have fun.
Yeah, trunks and hood are just,
I hate a trunk.
I'll start with either the roof or the sides and get all that done first.
Of course, then when they put a flashlight on it, you ain't lying. Like, come on, bro. We had one. I had a Edge when I first moved in the shop. Had an Edge fender smash. Fixed it, and the guy's like, look, and he's like, the color's off a little bit. I was like, I didn't paint it. He's like, what? It's paintless dent repair. Like, you should talk to your the Ford dealership, I guess, because that ain't me, homeboy. Jesus Christ. People, man, gotta love them. They're gonna find something wrong at all times.
Yeah.
I had a buddy the other day bring a truck in and had some hail in the hood. And I fixed it in like 20, 30 minutes. And we took it back over I got a little shop across town that I used to detail out of. He subleases it now. And so I still keep my dirt bike and stuff in there or whatever. I showed up and it's got like overhead fluorescence. And I was like showing him, I was like trying to show him where you can kind of see a little bit of it. You know what I mean? You can catch a little. And it took me 20 minutes of trying to like teach him how to read the fluorescent and move his head to catch it. And I was like, if this is somebody that looks at cars all day and he buys and sells them, and I have to just show him, I was like, okay, that kind of gave me a little indication that people have no idea what they're looking at.
Yeah.
So it's not an excuse to not fix it well, but
no, not at all. You still want to fix it like a professional's looking at it at all times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a bumper job this morning, and as soon as I pulled it in and got out, I'm like, it was a silver little Camry, and it's like, damn, it's got hail damage all over it, you know. Texting the customer, the lady, and like, hey, do you know this has hail damage? Yeah. I'll get it fixed later. I said, we'll talk about your options when you come pick it up. So I'm like, look, I'm trying to tell her everything about it. I'm like, she's like, how much you think that cost? I'm like, yours right there, probably around $6,000. She's like, really? But when she said that, I'm like, oh God, if I write this up, she's gonna take the money and run. I'm like,
thanks, appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, just call me when you decide to do it.
That's why deposits are handy. Learned that this year.
Yeah. Deposits and assigned work authorization. I had one this year that was like they got the first one done, and then his truck, it was taking forever to get it booked in here. And he was like, well, I was thinking about, just it's an older truck. Not, I said, you signed this work authorization and direction to pay and everything else. I said, it's got to be done. He brought it in, but it does help. All right, Tad. See you later, buddy.
What was you going to ask, Thomas?
Oh, excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Thank you. I was just wondering how you guys, how do you approach that with the customer as far as saying the deposit? Because Corey and I have been talking about it, but I just don't know how to. It just
been
feels
letting them
weird.
know, like, look, we have a lot of people, these taking, 45 minutes to an hour that we're putting the work in. Unfortunately, we've had people like leave and we don't get anything for that. So we have to start doing a deposit. It'll come off your deductible or whatever once you get your repairs done. So you just got to break it down to them. It's plain English. It is what it is. It is what it is. I can people ruin the system. So
usually I can get a feel for the people. I don't always charge, but just talking with them, before and even after you're doing the estimate, already letting them know up front that, hey, if you don't have a claim already, then, I'm definitely charging. And I charge $250 to cover my 45 minutes or whatever. And now that I have CCC, it's longer because I'm actually writing everything. But to cover that, and like Andy said, that goes towards your deductible, but I can get a feel for people pretty good. It's the ones that I didn't get a good feel on that finally took advantage of it. But
I used to think I'd get a
it's
feel for
rare.
people. Some people, I'm like, they gonna cash out, and I can't wait. And all right, and they confirm their appointment. I'm like, shit.
Now it's like, yeah, pretty much nowadays it's don't get a good feeling about any of them.
No, you can't tell. We'll surprise you.
And
Corey
now
I play that game all the time.
Now I'm having to go back to doing deposits for regular dent repair. Even $25. $25 deters them away from no call, no shows.
We had a guy yesterday call. He was like, "Man, I hate to do this. I'm not this kind of guy, but I can't make it in today." And it's the second time he's done it. It's like, you're not that type of guy, but you've done it twice now, huh?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's when you take like a 50% deposit.
Yeah.
The next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a list going up here of no
massive straight up ask if they're gonna get it repaired, take the money. Well, I mean, they still lie, but oh no, I'm getting it fixed. You gonna fix it for me? Yeah. Crickets, like you son of a bitch. Cliff said if the check's in his name, he's fixing it or charging 35%.
There you go.
One thing with that, I don't know though. Like, I feel like the customer could call the insurance company and get them a reissue check just for them too.
They can. That's where I got my 1-star review from. That's what they did.
Yeah.
That's why I told the son of a bitch to burn in his car.
Burn in your car.
He did that, and that's the only reason I found out, because when his friend did it, and I found out, and I called him. He's like, "I'm not my friend. I'm gonna get mine fixed." And then, I was so busy. It was 16 business days in. I'm like, I haven't seen a check from State Farm for this. So I called State Farm. They're like, "Oh, well, the customer called back and said they have it sent to him." I'm like, son of a bitch.
So you repaired it, and then he changed.
No. I had him scheduled.
I
had him scheduled.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I blocked off because, him and his friend had, same cars and all this kind of stuff. So all together was about 40 grand because each one was close to 20 grand to repair. But they didn't own them. So the checks they got were with them and the lien holder. So just
some people think they're a little smarter than they really are nowadays.
Yeah. A lot of people do.
I think
more and more by the day.
I think these two were the Kamala illegals because they were both. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll be right back with this. Right back after this paid advertisement.
Mark Zuckerberg gonna hit that shutdown. So we are like almost 40 minutes, so we didn't even talk about your life outside the industry, which I'm sure the industry is a lot of your life right now with training and working with a slave driver and all that.
Yeah, it is. It has consumed me. Man, I'm just a regular old white dude,
So you have a girlfriend? You're married or what? I mean, we know the answer, but
you got about 4 or 5 of them according to that picture.
Yeah. No, I do not. So I mean, I can give you a brief overview. So from Conway, haven't ventured very far. I've lived here all my life. I've been into cars from an early age. My dad worked nights and used to bring me Hot Wheels as like a replacement for being absent, I guess. In hindsight, that's what that was. And so anyway, it worked. So anyway, I got really into cars in an early age. And I remember everybody, my parents, my grandma would be like, "Yeah, you'll get over that. Every boy goes through a car phase." And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, this is what I'm into. And it's just kind of continued. I started teaching myself auto body stuff at 13, just YouTube videos and read manuals. I attempted to do a restoration on a 54 C10. Got into sanding it down, and it had like 4 inches of mud all around it. So yeah, you know how that goes. And so then kind of kept teaching myself that, and then went to school for mechanical engineering. I wanted to do like car design. And then realized my brain doesn't work that way. I sure thought it did. And then getting into some of those engineering classes, I was like, okay, well, we're going to have to hang this one up. And then went back into just kind of got into detailing, I guess, started at 13 around that same time. And then I just got pretty good at it. I'm certified by Ceramic Pro to do PPF and ceramic coating. Not that I'm using it, but the detail stuff's kind of been my thing. I just enjoy it. It's still, for me, bought that Camaro recently and PPF the front of it and buffed it. And I just enjoy it. It's really, for me, it's like put music in, you get instant gratification. And I've got my 10,000 hours in of buffing something. So for me, it's just passive, and I can kind of hang out and enjoy myself. So yeah, I think that's kind of what transitioned into. I like the instant gratification of making something look better, and so okay, it transitioned well into this. But yeah, no wife, no kids, future hail guy in the making, hopefully. And
so earlier you said
or a Dapper Dent repair employee.
Yeah. Chill out, Corey.
Earlier you said you had a degree. What's your degree in?
Nutrition science. So yeah, my mom's had a bunch of health
that
complications.
why Corey looks so good now.
Nope, that's just chicken and rice exclusively. It is. My mom's had a bunch of health complications, and I went to school to do to be an osteopath, so like holistic medicine. Yeah. And I didn't want to be 42 years old, graduating with $500,000 in medical debt. And so I was like, what's the quickest path to impacting my mom's health? And it was nutrition and food and stuff because her diet's so bad. So, yeah, I think that was kind of it. And also I realized halfway through school, I was like, I'm doing something that requires a master's degree and the starting salary is $60,000. I'm making that during school detailing cars. So it was kind of one of those things. I was already in it. Hindsight is 2020. I wish that more people would inform you that college isn't necessarily the most viable option all the time. But nonetheless, got my degree. Maybe someday I can use it for something, kindling.
Well, maybe you learned other stuff in college while you're there that kind of helps with.
You learned to drink?
The business side.
No, I actually did not drink at all during school. That's
really.
Where'd you go?
University of Central Arkansas. So,
okay.
Right in Conway. Yeah. No, college. I think that for me, I was like, okay, I'm not utilizing the degree, but it taught me time management. It taught me, how to understand that things have to happen in order. There's prerequisite things that you need to learn to get things done. I mean, the social aspect of school, I took it as a social experiment. If anything, it made me a little less awkward, not too much, but a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you get what you get out of it, and it is what it is. I made a lot of connections. Some of my best friends now I met in college, and the degree might not mean much, but it's everything else.
Yeager said you're very good at spotting his buff spot. Well, no shit. John, you buffing up here like this, and Thomas just walks up and it's eye to eye to him. Of course he's going to see it. 7 says degree gives you more options than a lot of us don't have.
What's up, dude?
Does it look good? Nah, I still see it.
Very easy up there. A lot of swirl marks.
Yeah.
You see his little spike head sticking up top of the
You see a buffer and spikes just get
over the hood. Just.
Oh man!
Oh God.
I need you to make that shirt, Brandon. I need you to have a shirt of a cartoon mohawk.
Just a hood right here with a buffer and a mohawk. I'm on it. I'm on it.
He's not how you call people.
But I look. John, I love midgets. So
he's not even that short, but it's so easy. It's so easy.
I think him and Corey are pretty much the same height, honestly. But
that's like Kyle was smaller than him and I had here, like by a lot, and I still would make short jokes at John and leave Kyle alone.
it's just an ongoing thing with him. So I mean, we can't.
Dude, and he's such a good sport, and you can't be mad at him for anything else. He's just a fantastic dude all around. So you got to pick him on him. Like the one thing you can get on him is his height. Everything else, he's freaking great.
Well, after Andy took that picture of him on that box or whatever up against that F-250 or something, whatever it was.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yeah. I mean, that was the funniest thing. So,
yeah.
So what do you like to do outside of, on your free time and stuff?
Still car stuff for the most part. I'm really into, and we talked about this with Kyle. I'm into road course stuff. I like racing cars. I'm a self-proclaimed semi-professional race car driver. Okay. So that, and then we dirt bike. There's not a whole lot to do in Arkansas. It is a pretty place to be. So we got some national forests. We'll go dirt bike and do stuff like that. So it's stereotypical stuff for the most part. I like things with engines and tires. So
yeah, a lot of people go to Arkansas to do a lot of trail riding and stuff like that. And I think Holly Davis with Dent Craft, her and her husband go every year. They just went this week or this past weekend. I think I don't know where in Arkansas they go.
They do a lot of razor riding, don't they?
Yeah, it's all the UTV stuff and with a whole big group. And, yeah,
there's a bunch of it here. It's I mean, I would go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would prefer to have a car hauler and a trailer and go out of state and do autocross or road course stuff, but it's just an expensive hobby and you're tearing shit up, and it's like I can't make it make sense at the moment. Like, I mean, I could go do it, but it's just
yeah. You need a PDR shop in Conway where it hails every.
You can buy brand new nice cars and just wreck the shit out of them. Right off
it's just
sounds like a cool thing to do.
Just flipping BMWs.
Yeah.
Goodness.
But you waited a year to get.
Yeah.
My
favorite part about that. Sorry, Brandon. My favorite part about that, I'll make it quick, was the progression of the stories on Facebook. He's like, can't wait, 60 days, delivery, nothing else. You hear nothing else about it. It's just gone. It's like, that's a little sus. But whatever. We'll leave that alone.
Oh man. I was sick for him though. I was like, I think John told me about it. So I was like, are you serious? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I just dropped him off. He got PPF and stuff done, and it looked good. And he texted me 45 minutes later. I'm laying on the couch, and he was like, I effed up, and it's just a picture of the car upside down. And I was like, yep, sure did, brother.
He said all-wheel drives are better anyway. John died.
Yeah, like I didn't even know that he had wrecked it. I'm like, I was talking to Andy or something. And he's like, yeah, you wrecked that thing. I'm like, what? Yeah. Like, you just got it.
Only took 300 miles. That's all it took.
Right.
Oh, man.
I
was going to ask you, because my daughter and her friends go, some, but Heber Springs and all that, like the cliffs and all that. They always look pretty cool. They're jumping off the cliffs and I've been here all my life, and I think just now being a little bit older, I'm like, it's a beautiful place to be. Life's pretty slow, and as much as if you got the money to travel, it's a great travel hub. I mean, you can go see all the crazy busy stuff you want to see, but then you come here and it's like, got everything you need to do. It's pretty. You can get away from stuff if you need to. So did you grow up going to any races and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I grew up poor, so not a whole lot of it, but I watched a lot of it.
Did you go to dirt tracks? I mean, around there, or? Yeah,
and drag race stuff. So as soon as I could drive, I bought my first car at 14. I bought a Pontiac Firebird for my uncle. He lived in California, and he was a little too progressive for such a not fuel efficient 6-cylinder. So I bought it for $400, which was the cost of shipping from California to here, and worked on it, taught myself how to buff with a rotary, which is I've since lost that skill after using dual actions. Corey roasted me all the time. He's like, "I thought you knew how to buff stuff." I'm like, "What? I do with a dual action." That skill's gone. But bought it, and bought it when I was 14. Cleaned it like every day for the next 2 years. I turned 16 on a Wednesday. I go to school. That thing is beaming, right? Just crazy. Make eye contact with this girl making a left-hand turn. I look at her. I go to pull out. Get freaking smoked by an old man in S10. And that was my first car experience. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's been good. I thought I was a race car driver.
I have to say, you got a lot of good hobbies to meet a nice young man and settle down there in Arkansas.
Who said that?
Hudson.
Yeah. Thanks, Hudson. That's what I got. That's what I got Corey for.
I was about to say that's Corey.
Yeah.
No, that's because everybody we have on from there. I mean, I grew up going to I-30 Speedway in Little Rock, the dirt track there, like 10 times a year. So, anyway, no, it was fun. I just didn't know if you had gone to any local tracks like that.
There's a bunch of it here. It's a little bit it's a little redneck even for me at the dirt tracks. So you add a little asphalt into the mix, and it gets a little nicer demographic, but not a whole lot. But
you need to You need to come to Dixon during jumping run season.
Yeah.
You want some redneckery.
Dude, I remember like the main shirt I had from that speedway I bought. Man, the shirts are always like so freaking awesome back in the 80s and early 90s there. Like it was like had a big sprint car and it's like dirt's for racing, asphalt's for getting there. I mean,
redneckery.
yeah. I mean, races never started till like 8 p.m. and ended at 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd be asleep on the wooden benches and just be covered in red dirt. But it was always fun.
Brandon was a brunette before the dirt track.
I was blonde.
I did a bunch of street racing as soon as I could drive. And that's, in hindsight, you think about your decision making and realize that's not necessarily the brightest thing. So,
well, I mean, 14 was only like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a wrestler.
How old are you?
I just turned 29 last month. That
was what really? You're older than what I thought.
That's why they come to Nash Vegas.
Yeah, that's what my Smashville picture. That was my 29th birthday.
Oh yeah, I still got it. You do. I forgot you said you do have a birthday. I thought it was just John.
Yeah, it was when we went and ate dinner, and it like had a piece of paper, and it was John Yeager and friends. Like, congrats for your birthday, and then I was like, all right.
You got a brookie though.
Kind of thought this was for both of us, whatever.
You got a brookie out of it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm 6'2". Yeah, I don't really have to. Yeah, I don't really have to worry.
You don't have to make the night all about you. Just to be seen, John. Hey, Mama.
Mom, I'm gonna call her on the way home. Happy birthday, Grandma! But I'll call you on the way home. It was on my plans to-do list.
Yeah, he did mention it before that comment. He said he was going to call you after. So just trying to help you out there.
I didn't lie.
He did mention it.
I thought about it this morning and I got busy. I was like, crap, I'll call her this evening.
Yeah.
Daniel Krause said the day he got his license was the day he lost his license.
I like Hudson's time. He said jumping run has a whole different meaning in the city.
Yes.
Down here, jumping run is 2 derby cars basically, and you race each other and beat the shit out of each other around S curves and everything. It's pretty fun. Like the derby used to be the big deal. The jumping run is where it's at now. It's a blast.
Sounds like a redneck hell of a time.
Oh, it is. My buddy, he runs and he's trying to get me, and I'm like, dude, I'm 42 and hurt already. Like, what the hell I'm trying to hurt more for? No thanks, I'm good. That's a young man sport.
Yeah, like Hudson said, Houston, it's a totally different meaning.
Houston.
Just like in Mobile, it's a totally different meaning. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't lying. See, Conway's like Dixon.
Duck and hide.
Dixon's like Conway. It's still slow. You can get to the city if you want to, but we're still nice and slow around here. So.
Yeah.
I didn't think I liked it. Growing up, I was like, there's nothing to do around here. And now I'm like, I can actually get across town in less than an hour and a half. This is nice.
Yeah, I've lived in Memphis, lived in Nashville. I will gladly take Dixon every day over all that. We don't even go to Nashville. We go to Nashville once a year now for the meetup because everybody wants to go to Nashville. I'm like, okay. Well, now twice this year because of the birthday party.
Well, at this rate, we might have to be making that a yearly thing. So,
yeah,
we'll see. We can start doing some destinations else there if we need to. But
yeah, you see what happened after dinner? Y'all went downtown. I was like, all right, we're gonna head out. We're going to bed.
Yeah.
Yep.
No fun for him. I thought John was going to bed. He's like,
he thought he was too. And we were riding in the back of Brendan's truck on the way there. I was like, you do realize we're going out, right? He's like, I'm just gonna go to my room real quick. I'm like, we're going. He's like, okay. And then there's videos of him at 2:00.
Yeah, y'all
having the time of his life. Like, yeah, okay, you didn't want to go do that? All right.
He said Tanya made him stay up. Yeah, he said Tanya was like, you're not going to the room because you'll go to bed. He's like, no, but it's like, no.
Tanya
That's how old people get away.
Yeah.
I need to just go use the bathroom. I know all about that one.
Oh, goodness.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
We'll do it all over again.
So what's your future plans? You saying, you might leave Corey one day? And
I do like Tennessee. The closer I can get to the tail of the dragon, the happier I am.
Well, that's North Carolina, so.
Well,
it's still closer than Conway.
it is closer.
That's Robbinsville, North Carolina, right there.
Dude, I don't know if I can even. I don't know if that area got. I'm sure that area did get affected.
No, Robbinsville's okay. So
is it?
Yeah, the company when I chased and did all the disaster cleanup,
Mm-hmm.
the company I worked for, their original main hub is Robbinsville, North Carolina. So I worked with tons of them some bitches.
So,
you know, the ones that's like, hell, far. You know, that's how they talk.
Yeah.
Ronnie Millsap, born and raised there. I mean, he never saw the place, but I mean, he was born and raised there.
Next time you want to go tell a dragon.
Blind. Y'all didn't get that?
No.
Nah, I'm too young.
You don't even know who Ronnie Millsap is, do you?
No, I just smile and wave when I don't know what's happening. Today, Corey said something about Wu-Tang Clan, and I'm like, dude, I'm 29 years old.
Like, yeah, Andy talking about 3-6 Mafia the other day. Name it, some dude or whatever. I'm like, I've heard of 3-6 Mafia, but I don't know their names. He started naming them all.
It was Project Pat. I was like, how do you not know Project Pat? Jesus Christ, man. Get a life.
What project did he do?
I named
He's
all
from the projects or what?
hit and run. I don't. My future plans are figure out how to fix dents. Still, I guess it's just not. I have like the little runs where I have a week or two where I'm like, dude, I'm getting pretty good here. And then I have days like today where I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on, man. Nothing makes sense. This is wild. So, I'm in contract with Corey for 3 years. I guess at the end of this year will be 2. Contrary to popular belief, Corey's a really good guy, and he's taking very good care of me.
We know that.
He's taking very good care of me. He spoon feeds me all the time. We're tagging.
I thought you were gonna say spoon.
Flashcard in front of you.
What was? I'm trying to see what he told me. But no, I mean, like we'll fix these cars, and I'll have a hood that just kicks my butt, and we still split the car, even though he's done 90% of it. And I mean, he's done a lot for me, so I don't really have any plans outside of us sticking it out and see what happens. I know for both of us that I'm capable now of him able, I can run this place if he leaves, and vice versa. Obviously, it's not like I'm helping out that much, but we have something that works, and as long as it's working, I think it's working. So the future plans are hopefully talk him into us going and doing hail together, just because I think that's kind of, like you, Brennan, you were saying off camera, it's just the time of my life, no kids. I'm still young, and I get to go see places and do things. I think it'd be good, and I think it'd be fun. So that's probably my trajectory at the moment. That's almost exclusively what I've done for the past year and 10 months. So I'm a much better hail technician than I am a real dent guy.
Yeah, that's all you guys have. Literally, like every week, hail again. Like Jesus Christ.
Which I'm sure everyone will see that live at MTE as I get my shit handed to me by big old nasty door dent.
Can I put this on a stand?
I'm gonna ask somebody if I can gut it and throw it on a stand. I'll do it myself. I'll
it's already good.
My time.
Yeah, not on a stand.
Yeah, just get it off the hinges then. Give me a fighting chance. But yeah, I don't really know. At this point, it's still been like drinking through a fire hydrant, man. It's every day I'm learning something new. And even when I think I've got something down, I'm reminded that I don't forget how to gut doors and take a handle assembly out. So it's
Well, John said on the hill trail you don't do or see anything you work, bud. Well, that's different for everybody. I mean,
where he's staying right now. Like I don't want to hear that shit. He's staying at Varden's like property in the kind of lake when he walks out in the morning. Like get out of here.
Like me, like granted, I only traveled once for 2 months, but I had to take Sundays off. But I'm there at 6 a.m. and I would work till 1 or 2 a.m. if I had to. And I'm back there, but I needed a day to recharge. Because then I can just go in and just work nonstop pretty much. But I needed a day to recharge. And that was my day. I could, me having a family, you being single may be different, but me having a family, it gave me a day to talk with the wives and kids and stuff like that, FaceTiming, riding around, seeing stuff that just got my mind off of that. I'm back recharged Monday morning. I'm ready to go. Everybody's different. Yeah, some people, if I was only going for a month somewhere, I'm probably not going to take a day off.
Yeah.
You know, but knowing that I'm going for, you know, this time and then this time and then whatever, and going to continue on. Yeah, I'm going to take, you know, time to recuperate.
Yeah, I mean, and I got the dog in me if I have to. I'm just trying to learn, like, it's get one shot at life. It's just not all about working. But
Right.
I mean, when it held here last year, it was. I mean, I did like 32 days straight or something, and I'm at home. You know what I mean? So I mean, if it's there and if I have to do it, I'm not against working. I'm not scared of it. But at the same time, it's like, shit, dude, is this all it is? Like,
Dude, I was 7 days a week from beginning of May to November last year. But I mean, I'm at home. I would take a half day off, go play golf with my son. But you know, I'm at home. It's a little bit different. I can still go home at night. You know, but when I'm away and then everything with family and all that was on my mind, I had to have a day. That's just me.
Yeah, work-life balance is a crazy thing.
Yeah. I was going to touch on you talking about Corey. Like, you guys mesh well together too. Like, y'all make a really great team. So it's cool to see, you know, how tight knit y'all are working together and stuff. That's really cool.
We definitely. Well, I get tired of him. I don't know if he gets tired of me or not. He doesn't say it. I think he just knows. Like I told you, I got 1 day a week. I got my man period, and he knows when it is, and he can pick up the signal, and he just pokes the bear, and I'm like, dude, leave me alone. But he just can't. He can't do it. He can't leave me alone.
No.
If he knows that I'm on edge, he's got to poke it. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been you know, there's sometimes, you know, people can work together, and I think that we have, you know, some of my best friends. I have the common thread of like work ethic and desire to do things well, and Corey has both of those things. And so if there's like a what is it? What was that?
Matt said, I feel like you're gonna punch Corey in the wiener one day.
As long as with my hand.
Dude, oh god, yeah. I had a friend. I mean, everywhere we went, drinking and all that, whatever, it was always like, I'll punch you in the dick. Like, why did you even say that? Like, just out of the blue.
Grab his dick and
that's what Matt reminds me of right there. Just like,
I ain't gonna say them words because my grandmama's watching.
That's a good point. I'm so sorry, Miss Patrick. I did not mean to make it take a turn. Don't think less of me, please.
I'll go as far as wiener. That's as far. It's my cutoff.
But yeah, no, we've got a cool dynamic. I mean, we train in the mornings together. It's just, you know, there's a mutual respect. We both do the right thing. We're both honest with each other, except for one time I had an alcohol bottle in my truck, and it scared me because he found just rubbing alcohol, and he found it, and he was like, "Where'd you get this from?" And I'm like, "My house." And I was just like, and it was his, and he was like, I don't think so. And I'm like, we loaded me up to go do wholesale one day, and it was just in my truck. I had no clue it was even there. He's like, "Where'd you get this from?" I was like, "My house." He's like, "You know how I know you didn't get it from your house?" He's like, "Because I put this little cap on here with a little squirt thing on the top. It doesn't come with that." And I was like, so other than that, we've been honest with each other. Other than me lying about an alcohol bottle for whatever reason, I just like stayed with the story too. I just kept on digging a hole.
You got caught off guard, is all it was.
Yeah, I was just trying to cover my. It mattered. It's $2 for alcohol.
Corey's just alcohol.
Almost Dad. I can drink
Squirt.
Is that what he did to the bottle?
You're going home.
You are done for today.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just been good, man. You find people you work well with, and you know, we were buddies from before this. You know, we kept in contact. We go get lunch together and just talk about, you know, future plans, business and stuff. And you know, it's been good. It works. We get out. You know, you spend enough time with anybody, and you'll start getting tired of little things, but at the end of the day, you know, we have each other's best interest at heart, and I think that's, you know, mutual respect goes a long way. So
that's awesome. That's how, like, I consider Ray the same way. Like, me and him work well together. And see, unlike Corey though, when I can tell Ray's in the mood, I just leave him alone. I ain't poking bears. Like,
yeah, if you could write that down, and you give Corey a short PowerPoint presentation on how to do that, that'd be great.
But see, I'd probably be like Corey though. I'm one of those that I'd rather.
I know how it feels. I don't want nobody messing with me when I'm in a bad mood.
Well,
it's honestly my fault for being in a bad mood 1 day a week. I don't know. I haven't nailed down what it is, but I just need to.
Are you taking hormones? when you work out?
No, there's
Okay.
only one of us in the shop.
A lot of estrogen.
Jeff said, can't wait to
Yeah,
see
so y'all gonna do
team
tag team event?
Okay, listen, I don't think we're doing the tag.
Listen,
team,
Linda.
Oh, come on.
But I've had my outfit picked out for the tag team from day one. My costume.
So it has to be like a Robin to the Encore, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how we're going to play that together. We were going to do. I don't know if I need to let the cat out of the bag. Corey, am I allowed to say it?
No, you don't want to say it.
No, I won't say it.
You don't want to say it.
But yeah, I thought I was just competing in the big boy competition. He said no. Thanks. You're about 40 seconds late. I would have been done with the story by the time he said that. But yeah, I thought I was just doing the big boy competition. But he said he keeps on mentioning the tag team. So I mean,
do it.
Dude, at this point, like I said, I'm going to show up and have a good time. This industry is so much fun, and realistically, it doesn't matter at what point you're in it. I mean, I watch, you see guys that are years in still.
Jeff said, y'all are married as hell.
No, honey.
Steven said, I'm trying to steal you away. I know he's with Corey. Like, we joke about it all the time. Like, when I first met Thomas, I was like, hey, so how you feel about Dixon? Like, it's been an ongoing thing. I got Ray. I'm good.
Yeah. But I guess, I mean, if we get entered into the beginners, so be it. I mean, like I said, the thought of it is what made me today work on this rail, this conventional. I was like, okay, I'm going to practice on some deep shots, see how I can get them up without using a torch and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to be preparing. And in the event that it happens, I'm going to show up and give it my best. So
hey, I'm going to tell you, after using those tornado tabs, that's what I'd be using on the rail den on the tag team.
It pulled, I used that one on a big old gnarly den, and it pulled really well. So
yeah, they're beast mode.
So so the F5s, I only used them a couple times, and it was deep shots, the front of the roof, right at the windshield, right on the edge, and I'm telling you, glued it down, reached over, got the slide hammer, bam, pulled it up, and one pulled the center up on the edge.
That's wild.
Like I can't get like the locker tabs and all that to stick for me. Anything that's not smooth, I can't get to pull the way I want it to pull. But I've been Reaper tabs for 2 years now. Reaper tabs, Reaper glue, and these damn tornado tabs I just got.
I'm using both right now.
I mean, I still use both, but like I went to the slime just to try it because I bought it a while back. Hudson, I'm going to order his glue. Because any small tab like his F1 or even the small dead center Kiko tabs or the small Reaper tabs and all that, a wet pull pulls harder, and that glue that Hudson has. Yeah, I know. Sure does.
Your grandma's on here, Andy. Chill out.
His mom knows.
Yeah. She knows what she raised.
Yeah.
She's like, I did not raise him to be like that. I don't know what happened.
But a lot of people the small tabs, you've got to let it sit like the larger tabs. No, man. By the time you put it on there, reach to get what you need, pull it. That wet pull pulls harder than the larger tab. But anyway.
Change the battery in the damn smoke detector over there.
Are you in Pritchard, Alabama?
Ghetto.
Come on.
Ghetto ass. The smoke detector.
Have you seen the?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
I think that was Corey's Never Loose.
Sounded like a damn.
If it's going to burn down. Yeah, we're letting it burn down.
Y'all took it one step further. We don't even have one deal.
It's a rental.
The movie. What is it? The movie's Quiet Place and all that. Have you seen the videos of if A Quiet Place was filmed in the hood?
Yeah.
And they're sitting there and they're trying to be quiet. And all of a sudden you hear the fire alarm beep. It's like some of them.
No, that was a good old Never Loose squeak.
Yeah, mine does all the time.
I run the rag on mine. It does good, but you'll know as soon as it's through because it starts doing that. So.
Run the rag on it. What are you talking about?
The rag behind it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it doesn't make noise, and it seems like it moves a little easier too.
That ball's shiny.
It sure is. I'm the best knob polisher this side of the Mississippi.
That's Corey. That was day one of training. You got to
Hot tour.
Dude, I had a boss when I was 14, 15, and I got pretty good at polishing like forces. We were into like the big truck scene here. We built, and he used to tell people I was the best knob polisher this side of the Mississippi. And I didn't know what it meant. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure am. Yeah. One day I found out, he was like, yeah, you've been owning that one for years, huh?
You can polish the chrome off a bumper, can't you? Oh, damn. Well, hell, we're way over an hour now. So
it was easy. It flew by.
We're like,
I knew it would be. I knew it'd be a good one. Well, I've been wanting to get Thomas on, but he's been too busy with other people's shows to come on ours. So
yeah, I know. Brandon has the podcast No Compete, so sorry about that. Can't help. I'm the hot new thing on.
I don't like. There's the good thing is that one was Corey was on.
Hi,
hey brother.
He couldn't not. He's been thinking about that the whole time I've been on here. He's like, I gotta get on there just one time. So I got to.
What's up, Nick?
Look, he probably put his earbuds back in. He's just now hearing what we're just saying. So. No, I can't wait to see y'all Friday. I'm glad I actually have a little time to come over there and hang out with y'all for just a little bit.
What an idiot. Johnson, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Real quick, since Dent Vision commented, y'all start looking on the event page. He reached out today. We're going to start getting some packages in for tool raffles. So I'll be going live here soon on the event page showing what all the goodies we got. So I'm pretty excited. A lot of great people stepping up this year, and yes, which they always do. It seems like this year we're getting more people stepping up too. So there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff this year.
Yeah, and we had Nick lined up to be on, and then all of a sudden I see he was on Smash Match. He was on Smash Match, and I'm like, well, it's just one of the things. Like we don't like having the same guest on, especially in the same week or close to that. So we want to separate it as much as possible because we are different than other shows, but you still kind of get some of the same questions. So we want to get a little bit of a break. Now with you, Corey was on with you, and so you sat back there like this whole time.
Well, I told Brandon, I was like, we still have him on because he didn't get to talk.
Andy told me, he was like, hey, don't tell anybody, but I need you to be a little bit boring because I wanted to have you on. and then I got on there and didn't even have to. Corey just wouldn't shut the hell up. I was like, okay, I'm just going to assume the position with my arms crossed here, I guess.
When I even commented, I was like, is Thomas's screen froze up?
You told me to be boring, and then you roasted me for being boring. Like, I don't know. I can't win for losing around here.
So I can steal him again.
Yeah. No, I think y'all probably already had him scheduled. I just didn't know. But no, we do need to get Nick on. But I just got the new paddle from him.
It's awesome.
But I already had the shock blocker, the version 1. I want to get the version 2, and I'm not going to say it. I can't wait for the new maybe version 3. I don't know, but anyway, shock blocker is great. It does reduce a lot of that vibration. But when you marry that with his paddle, I'm like literally feeling nothing. Now I do like I've always made my own paddles. I made them out of oak, and then I put leather on one side. So the oak side is a more of a hard snap, and then the leather was always the softer one. But no, that right there, there's like absolutely no vibration with both of them together.
That and it's not as loud as a traditional paddle. It's cut down on that a lot. So
definitely
keep it up, dude. Thank you for helping the industry that much more with that great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't your fault, Nick. It was. Hey, you didn't know anyway. I just have a thing about having guests on the same week, the same as another one. So unless there's something special kind of going on, we're like producing. I mean, not producing, but talking about like MTE, PDR Expo, stuff like that.
Right? Come on, dude. He doesn't care.
Anyway,
I knew I should have done this at home. All right.
No. You're good, and we got to go anyway. So no, we appreciate you coming on, brother.
Fun show.
And,
thank you guys.
Great show. Great talking to you, and of course everybody watching and stuff. We haven't even decided about who's going to be on next week.
We ain't telling.
No, and again, y'all keep your thoughts and your prayers with all those in Florida right now because they are getting hammered. And tonight, that eye wall coming in. I mean, it's a death storm is what it is, especially what they've already been through. So keep them in your prayers. I will see y'all Friday morning early.
Okay.
At some point. I'll be there at like 6 a.m. So make sure you're there.
If we got to beat Greg, I'll be here at freaking 5:55. You want some coffee? You need anything?
Hell yeah.
I'll see both of you guys at the meetup, I guess. So.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, but I'll see y'all Friday. But anyway, yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks for coming on again, brother.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
All right.
And
Thanks,
congratulations again. You're the new reigning beginner competition champion.
I'm going to ride it out while I can because I feel like from here on out, it probably won't happen again for a little while. So
well, you won't be the champion again.
No, that one's never happened. Just being the champion in general probably won't happen.
You don't know, Andy. You don't know. It's
yeah, good point, Brandon. I won't speak that over myself.
I mean, you got a long ways to go.
Got to manifest.
Got a long ways to go. No, right. I'm going to put you in the back room here in just a second when we end it, and we'll say our goodbyes. But, yeah, appreciate everybody commenting tonight, watching. We'll let you know who's going to be on next week. So, peace out. See you.
Bye, everybody.